Picture this. It's 1941. A soldier is on patrol with his Type 94 Nambu tucked safely in its holster. Without warning, it discharges, the bullet ripping through the quiet night. This was no ordinary firearm mishap. It was the infamous Type 94 Nambu, a Japanese handgun known for its unpredictable nature. Imagine the soldier's shock as he realizes the gun has fired, not because he pulled the trigger, but because of a flaw in the design. The soldier, let's call him Hiroshi, isn't new to the field. He's been in the army for quite some time, and he's familiar with the quirks of his issued firearm. But this was an unforeseen event. Hiroshi had always been careful, but even his caution wasn't enough to prevent the Nambu's unexpected discharge. The bullet, once nestled safely in its chamber, now lodged in the trunk of a nearby tree. The quiet night shattered, replaced by the echo of the gunshot and Hiroshi's frantic heartbeat. He was lucky. It could have been his leg, or worse, another soldier. Word of the incident spread like wildfire through the ranks. It wasn't the first time the Nambu had fired unintentionally. It was just the first time Hiroshi had experienced it. The soldiers whispered about the gun, their murmurs filled with a mix of fear and respect for the weapon that was as unpredictable as the war they were fighting. The aftermath of the incident was swift. Hiroshi, once confident, was now wary of his own weapon. He treated the Nambu with a newfound respect, aware of the danger it posed even when it was supposedly safe. This weapon, the Type 94 Nambu, had a reputation. It was known as the most dangerous handgun ever issued, not for its efficiency in the battlefield, but for its tendency to turn on its wielder. Its design flaw, a sear bar exposed on the side of the gun, allowed it to fire without the trigger being pulled. This was no isolated incident. This was the Type 94 Nambu, a gun that was as dangerous to its wielder as it was to its target. Our story begins in 1934, in the heart of Japan. The political climate was tense, the air thick with anticipation. The country was on the brink of war, and the urgency to arm its soldiers was paramount. Amidst this climate, the Type 94 Nambu was born. Its creation was influenced by the need for a compact, reliable sidearm for the Japanese Imperial Army. The constraints? Limited resources and a tight timeline. Kijiro Nambu, a renowned firearms designer, was tasked with this challenge. He envisioned a pistol that was both economical and efficient. The result? A unique design with an exposed sear bar, a feature that would later prove to be its fatal flaw. As production ramped up, the Type 94 Nambu was viewed as a triumph of ingenuity and necessity. As the Type 94 Nambu rolled off the assembly lines, no one could have predicted the deadly legacy it would leave behind. At first glance, the Type 94 Nambu seemed like any other handgun, but there was a deadly secret hidden in its design. The Type 94 Nambu, a seemingly average pistol, was in fact a wolf in sheep's clothing. Its innocuous appearance belied a flaw so dangerous it would earn the weapon a grim reputation. Central to its design was an exposed sear bar, a small, seemingly insignificant component that would prove to be its fatal flaw. The sear bar, a part of the gun's firing mechanism, was designed to hold the hammer back until the trigger was pulled. However, in the Type 94 Nambu, this sear bar was exposed on the left side of the gun. This design flaw meant that if pressure was applied to this exposed bar, it could cause the gun to fire, even if the trigger was not being pulled. Essentially, this turned the Type 94 Nambu into an accidental discharge waiting to happen. This was a glaring oversight that many experts believe should have been caught during the design phase. They argue that the exposed sear bar was a clear deviation from standard gun design principles. Most firearms are designed to prevent accidental discharges, and this usually involves keeping the sear bar safely tucked away inside the gun where it can't be accidentally triggered. But the Type 94 Nambu was different. Its designers, for reasons not entirely clear, chose to leave this crucial part exposed. Some speculate that this decision was made in a bid to save on production costs or to simplify the manufacturing process. Others suggest it might have been a result of rushed design and production amid the pressures of war. Whatever the reason, the end result was a weapon that was as dangerous to its handler as it was to its target. With the sear bar exposed, the Type 94 Nambu could easily fire unintentionally if mishandled, dropped, or even while being holstered or unholstered. The ticking time bomb was set. It was just a matter of time before the Type 94 Nambu claimed its first victim. With each passing year, the Type 94 Nambu claimed more lives, not in battle, but through tragic accidents. This is the grim tale of the Nambu, a pistol that became infamous not for its efficiency in warfare, but for the accidental deaths it caused. The year is 1939, and a young soldier is cleaning his Type 94 Nambu. A simple task, yet it turns fatal when the gun discharges accidentally, ending the soldier's life. This wasn't an isolated incident. In fact, it was a chillingly common occurrence. Fast forward to the 40s. A group of soldiers, huddled around a fire, are passing around a Type 94 Nambu. One soldier, unfamiliar with the pistol, presses on the exposed sear bar. The gun roars to life, and another life is extinguished. In another instance, a father, showing his son the remnants of his time in the war, takes out his old Type 94 Nambu. He assures his son that it's safe, it's not loaded. But as the son fiddles with the gun, fascinated, he presses the exposed bar. The room is filled with a deafening bang and a life-altering regret. These stories are not fiction. They are the harsh realities of many who came into contact with the Type 94 Nambu. Each tale is a testament to the gun's flawed design, and each death is a chilling reminder of its lethal potential. But it wasn't just accidents. The gun's design flaw was also exploited, leading to even more tragedies. Enemies would force captured soldiers to handle the gun, knowing full well that an accidental discharge could easily occur. It was a cruel game, one that cost many their lives. And so the Type 94 Nambu's reputation grew, not as a reliable sidearm for soldiers, but as a deadly trap, a ticking time bomb. Its design flaw, once an oversight, had now become a grim symbol of its deadly potential. The Type 94 Nambu had earned a grim moniker, the suicide gun. As World War II came to a close, so did the reign of the Type 94 Nambu. The cessation of the war marked the end of the production of this notorious handgun. Its legacy, however, was far from over. The Type 94 Nambu had made its mark not just as a weapon of war, but as a chilling testament to the deadly consequences of flawed design. In the post-war years, the Type 94 Nambu took on a new role, serving as a stark reminder of the need for meticulous design and stringent safety measures in firearm production. Its infamous design flaw, the exposed sear bar that earned it the unnerving moniker of the suicide gun, had led to countless accidental discharges and unfortunate fatalities. This was a flaw that could not be forgotten, a flaw that had to be learned from. Indeed, the firearm industry did learn. The lessons from the Type 94 Nambu have reverberated through the decades. influencing the design and safety measures of modern firearms. Today, we see an industry that prioritizes safety, with multiple fail-safes and safety mechanisms built into every gun. We see an industry that is aware of the potential for human error and seeks to minimize it at every turn. We can say then that the legacy of the Type 94 Nambu is not just one of danger and death, but also of progress and improvement. It showed us the worst that can happen when safety is compromised. And in doing so, it has pushed us to strive for the best, to create firearms that are not just effective, but also safe. The Type 94 Nambu, once a symbol of the horrors of war, has become a symbol of the importance of safety and the pursuit of perfection in design. Its reign may have ended with the close of World War II, but its impact continues to be felt even today. The Type 94 Nambu serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers of flawed design, a lesson that continues to echo in the annals of firearm history. The Type 94 Nambu, a gun that was as deadly to its owner as it was to its target. As we reflect on the journey of the Type 94 Nambu, we encounter a story that is as chilling as it is fascinating. Born out of a time of conflict, this firearms tale is one steeped in historical significance. Yet, its legacy is marred by a design flaw that turned it into a deadly trap for the unsuspecting. Its exposed sear bar, the inadvertent trigger, resulted in many tragic accidents. It was a flaw that earned it the chilling nickname, the suicide gun. This tragic flaw in design underscores the importance of meticulous safety measures in firearm design. It reminds us that the power of firearms is not just in their ability to protect, but their potential to cause harm, even to the very hands that wield them. And so we remember the Type 94 Nambu, not for its service, but for the lives it unintentionally claimed, a stark reminder of the lethal power of firearms and the importance of unerring design.